Life has not been easy for our family. My son James and daughter Katie. We all experienced domestic abuse at the hands of their dad. My children watched him get away with it. It's no wonder things were difficult, but I was doing everything I could to be the best mum. We had been fighting for a diagnosis for James for years, but CAMHS had dismissed our worries as being a reaction to trauma. James was really struggling and started to become violent towards me, Katie, and other family members. The school were aware of what was happening, but they were struggling to support James, and this had been the case since he'd been at nursery. At the time, I kept a diary of incidents, but it's only looking back I realise how bad it was. After a terrible incident in which James hurt his sister, I realised we all needed support. James was a risk to himself and others, and I was told that social work would now need to be involved. James spent 7 months out of school with no education or alternatives offered. When he tried to return to his local school without appropriate planning or resources, it didn't last. This is when things took a really bad turn, and I had to make the most difficult decision for any mother. My son had to leave home to be admitted to a residential unit 2 hours away. I will never forget that day I left him. I can still hear his screaming. I was unable to give him a cuddle and a kiss goodbye. I sat in the car a couple of miles away until staff would tell me he had calmed down. It was horrendous. We expected James to be at the residential unit for 6 months. He would go on to spend 2 years there. As the youngest person in the unit, his education was disrupted for 9 months. However, it was a relief when he finally got an ADHD diagnosis and later autism. I was angry he did not get a diagnosis much earlier. I felt like I hadn't been heard. With better understanding of his condition, James started to make progress, building trust with staff at the centre. After such a long time, James was reaching a point where it was time for him to come home. That wasn't an easy process, as you can imagine. Family group decision making helped us with the transition, step by step, to home and school. Children First supported everyone in our family to be part of creating a family plan, along with other public agencies. Meetings were very supportive, with key people and safe places for James organised, which took a lot of pressure and stress away from me. Every single element was personal to our day-to-day life, including a safety plan created for James if he needed time out and was upset. Each person's views were heard, and our coordinator, Leslie, was great at ensuring what we needed was articulated. She really advocated for us. Our options and choices were considered at every stage, and this was reviewed regularly. The plan was really clear, taking into consideration not just the family environments, but also the community and school, and it felt really collaborative with other services involved. As time went on, I felt more confident. I feel that I now have a voice. After 2 years, James is now back at home with us, and it's still not always easy, but I know he feels safe and loved. I feel proud of how far we have come. Thanks to family group decision making and Children First, we are moving forward as a family, knowing we have support behind us, and we feel confident, heard and empowered.